Hello everyone, that Manga Kid here to do my July manga haul, July 2019 manga haul. Got quite a bit to get through, got a whole stack of stuff because Chapters was having multiple sales. They had a vertical sale, a Dark Horse buy two get one free sale, and also a Sublime sale. So I got quite a bit of manga for a really, really decent price this month, and then some other of my pre-order stuff that had just been coming in as well. So just get right started with Flying Witch Volume is a 7. Um, I love Flying Witch. It is a really, really cool slice of life, calm kind of country manga with a supernatural kind of twist because it's a witch in training and she's a teenager. And it's got lots of really adorable creatures and stuff throughout the story and different kind of magical beings. But I'm not a fantasy person. But this is such a slice of life calm thing that it just seems really normal, everything that's happening. Um, but it's so much fun. The art is really nice, and the covers are really, really gorgeous. So yeah, happy with the next volume of Flying Witch. Then second to last, I Am a Hero Omnibus. This is a Dark Horse release, 2-in-1s. This is number 10. There will be 11 in total because there are 22 volumes in Japan, I believe, in total. So one more omnibus to go, as far as I know. And I have it pre-ordered, and I think it should come out at some point this year, closer to the end of the year, I believe. This one's interesting because it doesn't have a white background cover like almost every single other one does. So it kind of stands out. It's more bold colors. But anyway, very good volume. Obviously, coming to the end of the series, so more information as to what is going on. But yeah, exciting. Next, Our Dreams at Dusk, Volume 2. This will be 4 volumes long. I did do a first impressions. This is an LGBTQ story covering a bunch of different identities. High school student is the main character. However, the age group is kind of all over the place. This particular volume focused on this character here, and who is a bit younger than our main character. So yeah, really, really beautiful story still. And if you're at all interested in LGBTQ stories that are not just like the character is the punchline, that they're actual legitimate stories about LGBTQ people, this is a really good one to check out. Next, finally got another volume of Waiting for Spring. This is volume 11. I love the gray. The words are kind of hard to read because it's a light gray with white writing, but the gray looks really nice next to all of the really colorful spines. So that's a nice way to change it up. If I remember correctly, I think this is a 13 volume series, so we're almost done. This is a good shoujo that kind of revolves around basketball. The girl is hanging out with the basketball team, and it's like a bunch of different guys. Some of them are into her, some of them are into other girls, but it does focus on the basketball games and stuff too. So it's kind of an interesting way to kind of transition into sports manga if you're more of a shoujo reader. This might be a really good intro one because I'm not super into sports manga, but this has enough of a sports vibe that it isn't just completely focused on the romance. Next is one I wasn't thinking I was going to pick up, but volume or omnibus number 3 of Gantz. I had said in my first impressions video of the first omnibus, which is 3 volumes, that I wasn't super sold on it and I didn't really like it all that much. However, when I had already pre-ordered the second omnibus, so I said I would give that one a try when it came in and decide from there. I really liked the second omnibus, which was volumes 3 through 6. And so when the Dark Horse sale came up, I ordered this one and pre-ordered the 4th omnibus as well. So I'm enjoying Gantz now. The first 3 volume omnibus I wasn't super impressed with, but now I'm into the story, and I don't think I have to say too much about Gantz. Most people already know what it is, but it's been a really cool. I've been in the mood for some just like ridiculous violence and alien kind of stuff, so this has been satisfying that craving. Next, volume 4 of Hitori Jimi My Hero. I still have only read the first 2 volumes, but this is a fun boys love series with an age gap, romance, and just wacky, zany ridiculousness. But yeah, I haven't read this one yet, or volume 3 at this point. So anyway, next I picked up volume 5 of Arakawa Under the Bridge. I love this cover. I think it's just really, really beautiful, the way that the colors are done and the way that like his position and the stuff around him. I just really love it. And these are 2-in-1 omnibuses. This is a vertical title. If you're into zany, wacky comedy, check out Arakawa Under the Bridge. It is the epitome of ridiculous nonsense. The characters are all very distinct and have wacky personalities. It's about all of these people who live under a bridge, and they've formed this community under this bridge. But technically, you could consider them all homeless because they do not have an actual home. Their home is under the bridge, and they all have their respective little places that they have built as their homes, and they all have their own jobs. So the person on the cover of this one is the hairdresser for Under the Bridge. But it's very funny. It is ridiculous. And they're very short chapters. It's not like a 4-coma, but they're very, very short chapters. And it's a lot of fun. I have made, I believe it was a first impressions video on it, but I also have volume 6 too. So yeah, it's pretty good. The color pages in these volumes are gorgeous. This author has very interesting art style, and yeah, I really, really love the covers and the color pages within these volumes. They're really, really nice. So happy to have 2 more omnibus volumes of that one as well. And then finally, for my ongoing series, this was another pre-order, Dead Dead Demons Destruction by Inio Asano. This is volume 6. So yeah, just another kind of apocalypse, slice of life, alien-related story about Tokyo, and there's an alien ship that is covering the skies of Tokyo and has been there for, I think, years at this point. And we're, by this point in the series, into the nitty-gritty of the humans versus these aliens and what this all means and why they're there and how they got there and what the point is. We're starting to get into more of that rather than just the lazing around of the main girls, because this really is a slice of life story about these girls who are in their late teens / going into college kind of thing, living their lives in Tokyo while this kind of apocalypse is reigning over them. But it's very good. I enjoy it. I read it always day of. As soon as it comes, I pre-ordered them all as they're available to be pre-ordered, and I read it the day that they arrive. So really, really enjoy that. Next is a pile of stuff that I bought the entire series, so I now have it completed. There's a few different titles here. So first off is the vertical series Prophecy. This is a 3-volume series, and it is I believe it's like a terrorist hacking something. I don't know. It's like a conspiracy theory terrorist sort of thing, if I'm understanding correctly. But I've wanted it for a very long time. Never got around to it, and then went, you know what, it's a vertical title. Once it goes out of print, it's not going to come back. And with this sale, I finally decided to grab it. So I have the whole series. I haven't started it yet because the final 2 volumes just came an hour ago, actually. So, but I'm excited to have that. Next up, another title I've been looking forward to since it was announced originally before it even started releasing, The Delinquent Housewife. This is another vertical title, and it's about this woman who marries a man and moves in with his family, and so his 2 younger siblings and his mother. And then he farts off on a work trip and leaves her alone with the family, and she is a former delinquent, and she doesn't know how to do housework, she doesn't know how to clean, cook, or anything, and she's now alone with her mother-in-law and her brother and sister-in-law, who kind of are expecting her to be a housewife, and she doesn't really know how to do any of that stuff, so she's trying to hide her personality while trying to learn some new skills without them knowing that she doesn't know how to do any of this stuff. So it's a very good comedy. There's some nice color pages in some of the volumes, and I'm liking it so far. I'm in the almost at the end of volume 2 at this point, so it's very enjoyable. I knew I would enjoy it. I've wanted to read it for a long time, but Vertical put the prices up on their volumes. Like, these are now $17.50 in Canada, whereas Vertical volumes used to be like $13 or something. So the price jump is pretty significant, and these are just single volumes, so I had put off buying it for a really long time, but I got a really good deal with this sale, so I figured I might as well get it now. Next up, Dark Horse title, Planetess, or Planets, or however you want to pronounce it. Again, another title I've wanted for a very long time. It went out of print, or like out of stock at least, several times, and I was worried that it wasn't going to come back because it was gone for a while. But finally, oh, that was volume 2 actually. This is volume 1, which just came today. Two 2-in-1 omnibuses, I think. So that'd be, I guess, 4 volumes in total. Anyway, it went out of stock a couple times, and I was really worried that I would never get it. So finally, it happened to be in stock, both volumes, during this sale, and I snatched them up real quick because I have wanted to read it for a long time. I do like sci-fi stuff. It's about these people, I guess they live in space, maybe. I don't really know. They live on a space station or something, and they clean up the atmosphere. I guess they're cleaning up garbage, basically, in the atmosphere, and I think it's going to be really interesting, so I'm excited to read it. And last but not least of like the completing and buying all in one, this is the paperback edition of Ayako by Osamu Tezuka. This is another Vertical title. The hardcover edition, I guess, is out of print, or at least it is on chapters, so I had to settle for the soft cover, which is a bit damaged and floppy because of how large this volume is, but my library also did have it, and I planned to read it from there. However, somebody either stole it, lost it, damaged it beyond repair, whatever. It just says build, and they're not going to buy another one, so I figured I might as well get this soft cover while it's in print still, and, you know, enjoy it this way. At least I have it and can read it now. I don't know too much about this. I just know it's one of Osamu Tezuka's darker, more adult titles, which I've enjoyed the other few of those that I own and have read, so I'm excited for that one. Next is my pile of new titles that are... Oh, actually, I had one more that's complete, I guess, or a couple more. I didn't plan that very well, did I? Okay. Anyway, next complete series. This is False Memories by Isaku Natsume, who does Candy Color Paradox, which is another yaoi series that's being released right now. This one is one that I've wanted to read actually for a while, but then I had bought Candy Color Paradox first, and I'm really loving it, and I thought, you know what, I might as well pick up this other title by this person, because then I can read something else, because I'm really enjoying Candy Color Paradox. I don't remember really anything about this one. Oh, okay. They haven't talked in 10 years. I guess they're reuniting. Anyway, I'm looking forward to it. And they're both just single, regular-sized volumes, and this is 2 volumes completed. And I guess one more completed, technically, series. This is Nights by Yoneda Ko, or Ko Yoneda. This is a short story compilation that I believe I've read before, but I didn't own it before. Anyway, I enjoyed this and have wanted to get my own copy of it for a very long time, and just kept putting it off, and then this time I went, you know what, I'm just going to do it, because I'm going to get it for like $7, so I got this, and I haven't read anything else by Ko Yoneda, but I've wanted to. It's just that most of the other stuff is all out of print, unfortunately, so that sucks, but hopefully I'll get my hands on them at some point. Next, a series I'm pretty excited for. This is Volume 1 of Love in Limbo. This is a newer series, and Volume 2 is coming out soon, and I have it ordered as well, so when that comes in, I'll have that, and I believe that is all of it. I think it's just 2 volumes long. And this is basically I don't know which is which. I think this guy goes to purgatory, and this guy is the one who helps him kind of bring souls to peace or something like that. Anyway, it's something to do with the underworld and purgatory, I think. And this one's pretty thin, unfortunately. It's not a regular thickness of volume, so that kind of sucks. But I really, really loved the artwork on the cover. I thought the faces were really gorgeous, and I'm excited to see if I enjoy this or not. I think it's more of like a comedic kind of thing, so I'm interested to see where this goes. Next, Daytime Shooting Star, a new Viz Shoujo Beat title that I really love. Check out my first impressions if you're interested in this. Really, really, really excited about this title. I've been looking for a new shoujo for a long time, and this is checking a lot of the boxes of what I was looking for. So I do have a first impressions up about that one. Next, something I didn't really know about until I looked into the sale for Dark Horse. This is H.P. Lovecraft's At the Mountains of Madness, Volume 1. I don't, unfortunately, have the H.P. Lovecraft's The Hound and Other Stories, but I bought this and Volume 2, which it is a 2-volume series, and it was really, 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 really good. This is a story about a group of explorers back, like when exploring was just starting to happen, of different lands, and I think, is it Iceland or something? Not Iceland, sorry. Antarctica. They're exploring Antarctica and trying to map out and just explore what's going on up there or down there. I'm not a geography person. Anyway, they're exploring Antarctica. Something happens, gruesome murders and whatever, monster being that they don't really understand. And at this point in this volume, you don't really find out all the answers yet. But very, very, very good. I'm excited for Volume 2, and for sure, once I've read both volumes, I think Volume 2 comes out much later this year, unfortunately, so now I have to wait. But once I've read both volumes, you can expect a series review on this one. And this is Go With the Clouds, North by Northwest, Volume 1, by the same author, Aki Irie, I believe, the author of Ron in the Grey World. I believe this is about a anthropomorphic car or something. This guy can talk to cars, exploring, I don't know, there's a bunch of like camping gear on the back. I just remember looking at the cover and being very intrigued, and then knowing that it was the same author as Ron in the Grey World, also intrigued. So I'm excited to read this, but I don't know too many details about it. And finally, last but not least, Eminon, Volume 1. This is Memories of Eminon. I have made a first impressions video of this. It will be up soon. It's scheduled, but I don't remember what. It'll be out at some point in August, so look out for that for sure. Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain, but if you look out for my video in August, first impressions of this, you'll have a bit of a better idea of my thoughts on it, at least. But I really, really enjoyed this as a newer Dark Horse release. And that is everything I got for the month of July. So I think next month it'll have all my regular pre-orders, and August usually for chapters, they do a lot of sales. Maybe this year they won't, but I know that the past few years they've done some pretty good manga sales in August, so I'm curious to see if they'll do it again. So potentially next month might be a big haul as well. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you have seen any titles you're interested in, want to chat about them in the comments, please do. If you've read any of them and you have your thoughts you want to share, also please feel free. And yeah, thanks for watching. See ya.